Hello, everyone. This is our final call for our Healthy Fit program. We are glad that you were able to join us for the program. We are recording this and we'll be sending it out to everyone so that you can listen to it over and over again if you want to. We've got some good information here tonight to wrap up all of the things that you've been learning with all the emails you've received and the personal coaching that you've gotten from your coach. So what we wanted to do is to basically go over it and present some of the things that you've learned over the last 6 weeks. And we hope that you'll want to stick with us and maybe continue on with some additional coaching because there really is so much to learn in this realm. It's almost impossible to cover everything in a 6 week time frame. But we hope you've made good progress. And I am going to turn it over to our fearless leader, Judi Moore. And Judy's going to do that recap for you and give you lots of additional information to add to what you've learned so far. So Judi, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Karen. So we want to thank you again for participating in our Healthy Fit Nutrition Challenge these past 6 weeks. Remember that change takes time and that we hope that you have learned key tips that will enable you to own your healthy fit lifestyle. And we want you to own it for life because it is about having that healthy lifestyle so that you're not getting sick and having problems with your health throughout the rest of your life. So hopefully you've learned enough tips at this point, and we're going to just expand on those a little bit tonight. There are many diets out there, and many of you are probably familiar with the Atkins or the Jenny Craig or the South Beach, low fat, Whole30, paleo, and even a vegan diets. So you can probably lose weight on most of them. And I know many people have tried them. I know a lot of people that have used different programs and have done very well. But unfortunately, many of these other programs are not as sustainable as you would hope. When you are eliminating a food group, a specific food group, you are eliminating vitamins, minerals, and other health benefits associated with those foods. It is our desire that you avoid that yo-yo dieting and just learn to eat healthfully and balanced for life. That's the key. Short-term diets tend to imply that you go on and you go off of them. That is not our goal. We want to solve the root problem that causes you to continually gain and lose weight over a period of time. That can be frustrating and very unhealthy. So what we want you to do is to focus on a plan that you can live with for life. And that's what we consider the low glycemic food plan. Health looks different on everybody. We are all unique individuals and we each have different needs and different circumstances. What is most important is that we feed our bodies the vitamins and minerals they need to thrive and not just survive. So we want micronutrients and we want macronutrients. And the macronutrients happen to be the food groups that are going to give you that sustainable feeling of energy and give you that health benefit that you're going to reap. So during our 6 weeks, I want to recap a little bit of what we did during our 6 weeks to kind of springboard and help you to remember what the focus was, because this focus is actually going to be part of the long-term health benefit and lifestyle that you want to maintain. So remember, in the first week, we wanted you to find your why. Why are you doing this program? And we wanted you to set goals based on what your the end result that you wanted. And during this week, we also focused on cleaning out your cupboards and setting yourself up for success. We didn't want you to have extra snacks and sugars and candies in your cupboards so that it would sabotage the efforts that you were making. We also encouraged you to set up a journal and start journaling the things that were going on and how you were feeling, and maybe foods that you were struggling with. We also gave you a snack list, and we assisted you with understanding what low glycemic snacks were all about. Then in week 2, we called that Jumpstart Week. And during that week, we began that detox, and we began understanding what the glycemic index is. During this week, you also started seeing small changes in the way you were feeling. Maybe you were getting a little bit more energy. Maybe you started losing some weight. This is where you were drinking 2 to 3 shakes every day. And then if you were drinking 2 shakes a day, you were adding that low glycemic meal in. We gave you a chart called the perfect plate chart, which gave you an idea of what your plate should look like while maintaining a low glycemic diet. That was half of the plate was a raw vegetable, basically a salad. And then a quarter of your plate was a healthy protein, about the size of the palm of your hand and the thickness. And then also a steamed vegetable to balance out that low glycemic meal, which would keep your blood sugar extremely stable. Then in week 3, we discussed grocery shopping and how important it is to shop the outskirts of the grocery store and kind of avoid the middle of the grocery store. We talked about eating out and parties and travel and all those things that are part of our lifestyle that we need to learn how to maneuver so that we have good habits that we develop, so that when we do travel or when we do go to parties, we don't overindulge and then gain a lot of weight. During week 3, we also had you transition from the 3 shakes a day or 2 shakes a day and a low glycemic meal to 1 or 2 shakes a day with 1 or 2 low glycemic meals. And during this time, also, some of you found that there were certain foods that you quickly realized that were causing you trouble. Some people weren't able to maintain the weight that they had lost because they were adding too many higher glycemic foods back in quickly, or maybe they weren't high glycemic, but your body was extremely sensitive to it and it caused you to gain weight overnight. Several people had that situation. So I want you to realize that that can be a problem. And once you recognize what those foods are that are your trigger foods, that now you have a choice. You can either avoid them, or when you do eat them, you know that you will have to immediately the next day go back on a very low glycemic meal, either shakes or maybe eggs or lots of protein to lower that sugar balance and the craving cycle. Then in week 4, we talked about the trifecta. And the trifecta of our program is threefold. It's low glycemic eating, which you are beginning and learning, along with supplementation, quality supplementation, and exercise. We learned that when you do all 3 of those well, you will have a 100% success rate. You will lose your weight steadily and fairly quickly. But if you take one of those away, and it didn't matter which one, you drop your chances down to 50%. And if you took 2 away, you would drop it to 25% success rate. So this is where we were encouraging everybody to stick with all 3 components of this healthy lifestyle, making sure that you are eating low glycemic most of the day, and remembering to take your supplements, as well as putting that fitness piece in there, exercising If you're wanting to maintain your weight, you really need to exercise about 3 times a week for 30 to 40 minutes. But if you are wanting to lose weight, it's recommended that you exercise 4 to 5 times a week for 30 to 40 minutes. And it just depends on you and the energy level you have, and just how fit you are on what you're going to need to do to see that success. Then week 5, we focused on mindset, because mindset's a big part of weight loss and healthy lifestyle. We talked about your mind, body, spirit, and we started addressing those blockers and accelerators that can be problems for us as we are trying to lose weight. We talked a whole lot about specific blockers, and those blockers that we sabotage ourselves with. We try to make good choices, and yet we might set ourselves up with a bad attitude about something and cause problems for ourselves to sabotage the efforts that we are trying to follow. So that was a big piece of this this week. Then on week 6, which is the week we're currently in, we were talking about SMART goals. And this is a very important aspect of the program, because unless you set realistic goals for yourself, you are going to have a hard time reaching the goal. And so we talked about what a SMART goal. It's a specific goal that's measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And the way you set SMART goals is you ask yourself W questions, the who, what, where, when, and why questions, so that it will drive what you want to accomplish deep into your spirit, so that you will really work hard on achieving it. So you would say to yourself, who is involved with this goal? Well, of course, you would be involved with this goal, but maybe even your family members, because you might be asking them to keep you on track, or not put food that is a problem for you on the countertop, so that you see it, so that it will cause you to eat it. Maybe you need to know the W, the what. What do I want to accomplish? Some people want to feel better. Some people want to lose weight. Some people have aches, and they know that inflammatory foods or foods that mess with their gut cause them to feel horrible. And so they want to try to get rid of those things so that they can feel good again. Then there's the where. Where can I achieve this goal? You can achieve it anywhere. You can go, and maybe you have to set up certain boundaries for yourself so that you can stay actively engaged. When do I want to achieve this goal by? Some of you had goals that are set for you. Some of you wanted to lose a specific amount of weight by a certain time because there was something going to happen. Either you were preparing for something, or you were getting ready for something very exciting. So you had a goal, and you needed to achieve it by a certain time period. And then why you wanted to achieve this goal. And one of the things that's really important in the why piece, because why can be a question that is kind of judgmental. But when you're asking yourself it, I don't want you to be judgmental. I want you to help. I want you to feel like the why has something to do with a bigger thing, something outside of you. Why are you doing this? You're doing it for a bigger purpose. And be encouraging, because you want to see those results happen quickly, and to something that you can sustain for yourself. So the why or the SMART goals, are very important. And setting yourself up for success is also important. one of the things that we want you to remember is often people will set themselves up for failure by setting general and unrealistic goals, such as, I just want to be the best at whatever it is you want to be the best at. I don't want, or I just want to lose weight. Those are too general. You want to lose weight because, why? Why do you want to lose weight? Go deep. Ask yourself that question a couple of times. Sometimes it's, I want to lose weight. Well, why do you want to lose weight? I want to lose weight because I want to feel better. Well, why do you want to feel better? I want to feel better because I want to be able to get down on the floor and play with my grandchildren. Why is that important to you? Because I want my grandchildren to know that I love them, I care for them, and I love getting down on the floor playing with them. That will hold and enable you to work on achieving those goals better than anything else. So go deep, ask yourself why, and go deep. So right now, I'm going to turn it over to Carolyn, and Carolyn is going to share with us how to achieve healthy weight loss that lasts. Not something that is a quick fix, but something that will take some time, but will be really beneficial in the long run. Carolyn?
Okay. I'll make sure you can see me. Okay. So that was a lot of information that you gave us. That is, I can't believe how much we've actually accomplished over the last 6 weeks. We really went over quite a lot of information. So that's awesome. So I'm just going to expand a little bit more about one of the things that Judi said, and that is healthy weight loss is a marathon, not a sprint. So the idea that you can lose a lot of weight quickly and maintain it long term is a common misconception. Small, manageable changes to your diet and exercise will yield long-lasting results, even if it feels too slow. So this includes lifestyle modifications and shifts in the way that you think about food rather than just how much you eat. So no matter what those new fad diets, and Judi told us about some of them, what those diets promise, the proven way to lose weight is by creating a calorie deficit. So calories are converted from food into cellular energy by your body during metabolism. So this is what powers muscle contractions, breath, brain activity, and so much more. But when you consume too many calories, and you consume more calories than your body needs to operate, then they are stored as fat for later use, which we don't want. So not everybody realizes that it takes a deficit of 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound of fat. Now, if that seems like a lot of calories, it is. So the average recommended daily calorie intake for adults is about 2,000 calories, more for men, less for women. So 1 pound of fat represents almost as many calories as 2 full days of eating. So this is one reason why healthy weight loss is a very gradual process. So if you want to lose weight, you must start by reducing the number of calories you consume. So if, for instance, if you eat 500 fewer calories each day than you burn, then you can expect to lose 1 pound over the course of a week. So you can achieve this calorie deficit with diet alone. However, A really cool thing is that you can mix in energy or exercise to burn more calories in a day and consequently lose more weight. Wow. So just 30 minutes, as Judi was telling us, 5 times a week is a great way to start. So focus on any type of exercise or activity that increases your heart rate and moves your body. And by incrementally altering your diet and exercise habits, you can safely lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. And at the same time, you're creating a manageable lifestyle habits that can stick with you for a lifetime. So even a gentle incremental start to losing weight can provide you with encouraging beginning. That's because it's possible to lose more in the first few weeks of your weight loss journey. And remember that it's typical to experience a weight loss plateau. So, and this would be usually it happens a few weeks after you start. And this is just your body's natural response to sudden drop in weight. And so along with the fat loss that you're aiming for, it's possible to lose a bit of muscle mass too. So since the muscles are the calorie burning machines of the body, decreasing the mass can hurt your rate of calories burned. So what can you do? You can minimize this muscle mass loss by ramping up your exercise, maybe doing some weight loss and keeping your protein intake high. So that way you can bust through that plateau in no time. So, and another way to break through those periods of changing weight loss is to focus on the why. And Judi just went through some great information about how to do that. And people lose weight for so many different reasons, but the fact is, living at a healthy weight loss benefits your overall being. So the heart, of course, is one of the very first organs to see a lasting benefits. And maintaining a healthy weight supports your cardiovascular function, circulation, and reduces the workload of your heart. So the one other thing you may not think about is sleep. These issues are often linked to being overweight. So one added benefit of your healthy weight loss is that you could have improved sleep. So healthy weight loss can also be good for your mood and help support healthy energy levels. So you may find that you have more strength and endurance than before, along with a boost of self-esteem. Because let's face it, losing weight makes you feel good about yourself. And then in one final note, you are going to have ups and downs. This is not just a straight up process. You're going to have, your peaks and your valleys. And when you get into the valleys, or if you're getting discouraged, you're not losing as much as you want or as fast as you want, then contact your support system. Either people around you or coaching. Judi has is going to offer some great coaching opportunities if in case that's something that you might think you need. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Judi.
Thanks, Carolyn. You gave some really good tips there. And I think it's really important for people to understand that when you do get stuck in either a plateau or you find yourself putting on a few pounds, the key is protein. When we eat more protein, we are more apt to lose weight. And so maybe you just have a complete protein day. You eat eggs, you drink a shake, you have a hamburger, you have some turkey or something. you stick with the protein for the day, a lot of times that will reset your system and you will be able to get back onto that weight loss that you are desiring. And sometimes it can take a day or two, depending on how, how long it took you to, maybe you gain 3 pounds overnight. You're not necessarily going to lose 3 pounds overnight. It usually takes 2 or 3 days to lose 3 pounds. So unfortunately, it comes on very quickly and it goes off very slowly. So we just want to remind you that protein is your friend. Remember that protein is your friend. Think of all those foods that you like that are protein sources, because that is what's going to help sustain you. So before we end, I want to just go into a reminder that lifestyle changes take time to put into practice. And connecting with like-minded individuals is essential when you're trying to make those changes permanent, as well as embracing friends and community that won't sabotage your efforts. And you know that this community is going to be your friend. We are going to be helping you. We want you to reach out to us. We want to encourage you in the decisions that you are making, and developing those healthier habits is really essential for you to succeed to the goals that you have for yourself. A personal coach who knows you and knows what you're attempting to do and attempting to accomplish can be a huge asset to you in achieving those goals that you're seeking. So to assist you in staying on target to reach those goals, we are going to offer you tonight a 2-month coaching option, or you can choose 1 month if you want. If you decide to do 1 month, it would be $60 a month. And if you want to do 2 months, we're given a big discount, $97 for 2 months. And here's how it works. Each week, you and a coach will have a one-on-one call. And to help you, this will help you to sustain and continue to progress in the changes and what you've already made, the changes you're making, and getting yourself to reach the goals that you are attempting to reach, so that you can live those healthier lifestyles. So if you want this kind of accountability, we will be here every step of the way for you. And we want you to remember why you started this journey in the first place. There were specific goals that you wrote down in your journal when you did your why. So let's continue together if that's something that you want to do and you want to reach those goals. So we want you to reach out to us. We will be sending you an email tomorrow that'll kind of overview everything, a quick overview of this offer. And if that's something that's of interest to you, please hit the reply on the email and we will get back with you. So that's all we have for tonight. And I'm going to turn it over to Karen.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Judi and Carolyn, for all the great information. And, a couple of things that I pulled from that is just to remind you, it is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I love that analogy. I think all three of us have been in the sports world and the physical education world. It's just a great analogy to keep in mind, and that you do have to manage those calories. You do have to add some exercise into what you're doing, and then beware of that plateau. There are going to be times where you will get frustrated, but as Judi said, that's a great offer to continue that coaching, continue that accountability that will keep you on this path that you've already started. Let's keep it going, through the holidays, and then, for the rest of your life, because it is, healthy, fit lifestyle for life. So again, we're just really thrilled that you've been on this journey with us so far, and we hope that you'll continue, and we hope to see you again in the future. So thank you, ladies. I am going to say good night, and we are signing off. Thanks. Have a good evening.
Night.